Litecoin TokenPay deal. Some of you may know how this all started. This all started from The Verge, a deal with MindGeek. I've basically explained why we did that deal, and you can already understand cost of acquisition and getting people into the bank eventually. We want to have tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of people using our bank with Verge debit cards and Litecoin debit cards and all that. But why did we do this deal? It's all about cost of acquisition. Litecoin has a huge reach. They're in almost every exchange in the world by default. Anytime anybody starts a new exchange, Litecoin's on there. I mean, that's huge. That's significant. Whereas even Verge today, ranked top 50th, still has to go out and convince exchanges to list them, right? So for us, you have, like, for example, Coinbase, it's there, it's default. The brand awareness of Litecoin worldwide, specifically in certain markets, is just really huge. And so for us, we see that as an opportunity, right? At the same time, we also have a lot of haters come out as well, which obviously has been, unfortunate. But that's the main reason. Obviously, I respect Charlie Lee. I respect the dev team there. I think Charlie Lee has a lot of networks. I think that if there's, let's put it this way: if Charlie has an opportunity or a deal that that we can work together on, because Charlie has a totally different network than I have, right? And he can talk to a ton of different people, and then he can say, "Hey, Derek, come in and join me so we can talk about how this can work," right? Because there's a lot of things that I have that he doesn't have, and vice versa, right? So to me, it's more the ability to really bring in business acumen, business savvy to potential other deals that potentially Litecoin would be involved in, and or TokenPay. So I see this as a very deep level integration. It's tech, it's marketing, it's awareness, it's getting people to understand or know about TokenPay. I mean, we can't really buy all that advertising that we got. I mean, we've got at least 3 or 4 articles on CoinDesk. We have literally hundreds, if not probably close to 1,000 links worldwide of TokenPay mentioning us in 10 different languages all over the world. I mean, we couldn't really buy that, right? I mean, we could, it'd probably be really expensive, but the weight of that is really significant. So, yeah. Now at the end of the day, there's always haters, there's always FUD. So I'm going to address some of those questions, because I know sometimes people always want to, hate for whatever reason. So I'll talk about some people that really are just trying to make a big stink out of stuff. I talked already before about me being an entrepreneur and my track record and stuff like that. I've done a bunch of businesses in the past. So to me, hold on a second, just remove this. So if you look at my LinkedIn, and you'll see all the stuff I've done. I've done a few businesses at the same time. I am a overachiever, that's for sure. I speak 3 languages. I speak Spanish, I speak Chinese. But my life and my past financially, and I guess doing startups, has never been successful, and I'm always trying. So even when I started working with one company, which was the robotics education company that I worked in, I kept on doing different things. In fact, there was 3 or 4 other businesses that I did during that time period that I tried to work on nights and weekends that failed. That obviously there's no need to mention that on Seeking Alpha. So for anybody to really criticize that, I mean, obviously it's just kind of petty. And honestly, I don't really care. But I guess I want to let everybody know that I have a lot of battle scars from dealing with all this stuff in business, and it hasn't been easy. But at the end of the day, that's what you have, a more polished, I guess, more savvy, Derek, right? And it's not just me. We have my business partners and the people in the team, right? They all have some level of entrepreneur experience, and that's extremely important, right? I have a few more things I wanted to address there. Obviously some people don't really understand blockchain technology, so don't understand the difference between circulating supply and max supply. They don't even know what proof of stake is, so I'm not going to even bother trying to explain that to anybody that wants to hate. Let's see, what else? I'm not sure if there's any other really big things to address. So I think what we realized was when we announced the Litecoin deal, there was definitely a lot of people that really didn't like Litecoin And then once the deal came out, they just started correlating to, oh, Litecoin is this. And so then if they're this, then this, entity is also bad too, right? I don't know. I can't say, for that. And, I guess the chip on my shoulders, I want to prove everybody wrong. I want to prove all those haters wrong, because at the end of the day, I know that the vision that we have and what we're trying to accomplish is not easy. It just takes time to actually execute. So to me, it's all about getting the right team and being able to execute, and then kind of going forward. Okay. I think that's pretty much it. I know there's...
Let me add to that.
Yeah, go ahead.
I think a lot of people hate the fact that ICOs are raising money, right? So like Litecoin came out, they didn't raise money. Verge came out, all these coins came out, and they didn't raise money. And I understand that a lot of ICOs are money grabs. I was just at a Blockchain World Conference. I listened to a bunch of people talking about it. Most of them just seemed like money grabs to me. I'm like, but in the TokenPay's case, you raised some money in your ICO, and you've used that money to build an ecosystem in 7 months. So in other words, you're a cryptocurrency that owns a bank. Mm-hmm. You're a cryptocurrency that now owns, and this is only possible from the money you raised from an ICO.
Right.
It owns a bank. You're a cryptocurrency that owns a brokerage firm in Switzerland. You're a cryptocurrency that's creating an exchange. And you're a cryptocurrency that's helping other coins. So you helped no offense to anybody, but without TokenPay's help, the Verge deal doesn't happen with MindGeek and Pornhub.
That's great.
No offense to Litecoin, but and much respect. I own Litecoin myself, but because they didn't run an ICO at the time and they didn't have the money available, there's no bank deal for Litecoin without the help of TokenPay. Mm. And so there's so many firsts. I mean, think about all the firsts. Like your TokenPay owns a crypto bank. They own a brokerage firm. They're building an exchange. Like this whole ecosystem is and so you want to hate on ICOs that raise money. I get it. But this is an ICO that has raised money to build an ecosystem for cryptocurrency and is doing it. And they've only done that because they've raised the money and because you have a team that executes.
Right.
You could have just raised. I mean, a lot of them, 1,000 different coins have raised money and don't have a bank. They don't have a brokerage firm. They just have a coin.
Right. I mean, yeah. It's not to this is not about like.
And I'm not trying to.
I get it.
They're all super smart. That they weren't at a time when they raised. They had ICOs.
I think.
And so now for them to go and try to integrate into a bank, it's just there's no funds there. They didn't raise any, and that's not their fault. I'm not saying it's anybody's fault, but it's really cool the way that you got. What I'm trying to say is, it's really cool the way that you guys are doing it.
Yeah, we noticed that there are a lot of people out there that try to do these deals just for hype and for I'm sorry to say pump, and that's not our intention. That's not at all our intention. Our intention is really fundamental, that we make decisions that actually make sense, right? So, when you look at the ripple effect, right? I call it now the compounding effect. It's probably a little bit better now. Is when you start something, eventually it starts to create more and more momentum, right? So for us, the MindGeek deal, it wasn't just about donating Verge for them to have it. I mean, it was very important because obviously it starts adoption, but at the same time, it attracted a lot of people to TokenPay. That was important. It attracts people that are in Verge to look at what we're trying to do and also eventually get customers for the bank. But the quality of people that we got from that community that helped us out. I mean, there's actually a couple members in that community that actually did help us with the bank because they were employed in Germany, okay, and had information about this bank that I could not get, that I would have to pay a lot of money to get. And to me,
it's because you guys are connecting. You guys are,
but these people understand what's going on. They know what they like crypto. They understand, but they understand what's going on in Germany at least. And so I was able to get information that really made us more and more comfortable to do this. And I think that's amazing. This is stuff that people do not realize that this is the stuff that we do. And now with Litecoin, it's going to happen. There's going to be other stuff. I'm positive of it. I mean, I got invited to the Litecoin Summit where, obviously there's a ton of people, and it's just going to keep on going and compounding, all of that. And yeah, people don't understand now. I'm working my butt off. Our whole team is working their butt off. And I think eventually people will get it. And, it's just hard to just keep on, being on like a little stool and just shouting about it. It's just sooner or later, people are going to just realize what's going on. So now that we have a deal with Litecoin, anytime Litecoin announces something, there's going to be a reference to TokenPay. Some way, somehow, there's going to be a reference to TokenPay because that's been connected.